You are Miss Owuma.
Sir.
Ma'am, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On February 25th, officers were dispatched to a minor crash with a disturbance at the 1000 block Upland Drive in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with two witnesses. The second witness stated she was driving her Lexus north on Upland Drive when the defendant, the sole occupant of the vehicle, was driving her black Camry south in the northbound lane. The witness stated she slowed down, honked to alert the defendant, and crashed into her car in front of him while going north. The first witness stated he was in the southbound lane and was stopped waiting to enter the service road, and the defendant driving her Camry struck the Lexus, and after the two motor vehicles crashed, the defendant swerved right and then ran into the back of the Chevy Blazer the first witness was driving. The first witness stated the defendant appeared to be looking down like she was slumped over, and the first witness approached the motor vehicle and the defendant appeared drunk. The defendant tried to drive off and the first witness was telling her to stop and wait. The second witness corroborated the first witness' statement and stated she could smell a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage and that the defendant was drunk. The officer made contact with the defendant and the defendant stated she was driving her car, had left home, and was on the way to the hospital for her ulcers. The defendant stated she was on the right lane going south and a lady in an SUV was going north in her lane. The defendant stated she swerved over and hit another car. She tried to exchange information and get off the roadway, but was not trying to leave the scene and only wanted to move the cars into the parking lot on the west side of the road. The officer observed a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, slurred speech, and swaying. The defendant was within normal parameters regarding her vital signs per Houston Fire Department, and standard field sobriety tests were then conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to blood.
All right. So we have a DWI here. Any more DWIs anywhere else? If you run her NCIC, please.
She only had a previous out of 2022 here in Court 5, but that's the only one, Your Honor.
Does she have a valid Texas driver license?
It's not eligible, Your Honor.
It's not eligible.
Your Honor.
I want to make something perfectly clear to you, Ms. Owuma. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. I'm also placing a restriction on your license that you're not to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. I'm sending notice to DPS in Austin so that every single police officer knows if you're caught driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock in it, they will arrest you and put you in jail. Do you understand? And then I'm going to revoke this bond here as well. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. Counselor, did you want to add something?
I managed the law. That's incorrect. The cop did not say moderate. He said mild or about.
Sure.
Yeah, Judge, a minor automobile accident and a mild odor of alcohol is not any kind of probable cause for intoxication. I believe what happened was the police officer noted she had a prior conviction and then jumped to conclusions and ran everything backward from there.
Well, we have witnesses who say that she's possibly intoxicated. They do field sobriety tests. The field sobriety tests indicate that she's intoxicated or potentially intoxicated. So that's when they do the blood test. This is just a mere probable cause hearing. We have someone who's got indicia of intoxication, slurred speech, odor of alcohol, crashes into 2 different cars, fails 3 different field sobriety tests. You've got 2 other witnesses that say that she's possibly intoxicated, who they're on the scene and see it. There's more than enough to go forward for probable cause purposes. Beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't know. That's why we wait for the evidence to come in. But I think that there's certainly sufficient probable cause to go forward. They say you don't have a license, so you may not drive at all for any reason. I don't care what your justification is. I don't care if Bambi has to go to the hospital. You need to save 30 kittens. A kid needs to go to the, you cannot justify getting into a car for any reason. Do you understand? This is an affidavit that you're going to be signing today, promising me you're not going to drive. And if I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months of jail and a $500 fine every time you drive because it's an offense in and of itself. Do you understand? Because you don't have a license, because we're ordering you not to drive, I am now ordering you to obtain a portable breath test device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol. You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and we will randomly test you as well. Now, good job on having a lawyer because you have one. I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and you're dodging phone calls, whatnot, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All I'm trying to do is protect my city at all costs, and I will do it however I can. Do you understand? If that means putting you in jail because you become a public danger, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. So for now, what I'm going to have you do is I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. Then I will get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you guys are free to go. All right?
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
guys. Thank you, sir.
Okay.